I've joked with friends, if there was a time machine, I'd be long gone. Like, see you later. Like, if it was something that was, you know, I could sign off on it and it was going to work, and you know, whatever, I'd be gone. A lot of it's appreciating the history of it and wanting to have a piece of it, because for the most part, I mean, some of it I was there for, but some of it I wasn't, and I really appreciate it. And that's kind of where it stemmed from, was just having an appreciation, looking at a lot of it like art. Like, I feel like so much of stuff, and it doesn't even have to be even motocross related, but so much of the stuff nowadays is, there's just no thought and no soul behind it, even down to the label on the packaging. It's just so plain and boring, where back in the day, like, you look at stuff and there's all this artwork and it's intricate and there's hand-drawn stuff, you know, it's not computerized, and somebody had to sit at a desk with black and white paper and pencil or whatever, and, you know, so that's for me, and being, you know, because I kind of dabble in art as well, you know, painting and whatnot, so that's where it stemmed from. I spent 3 years putting a one ad on Craigslist, finding my old modified Pee-wee. My pops had lent it to a neighbor to teach his grandkid on when I was 14, and it disappeared. Some neighbor kid had it after that, and then he said he lent it to his friend in Signal Hill, and that friend lent it or sold it to a guy in Elsinore, and then I started putting one ads up all over Craigslist, and then turned up a guy in Cyprus called me that had it, and went down there, and sure enough, it was there, and he said he bought it from a guy in Victorville. I mean, it's weird how stuff happens, and that's probably actually going back to something that's like my most prized thing. I mean, that's got to be it. I just remember that thing being scary. I mean, I remember bringing it to little places where they would do little mods on it. They'd do a cylinder, you know, port job or something, and I remember my dad jumping on it to test it, and it hauled ass with my dad on it, and I'm like, I'm not even half his size, and I got to ride that. I got to race that, you know. People kind of think like, oh yeah, you race vintage because like you're trying to be like in with the scene or whatever, and whatever. I mean, there wasn't really a scene for it, and the faster I can go, the more fun, the bigger the grin gets. Like, knowing that you're pushing the limits on something that was made before your time. It's a neat feeling. It's addictive. Like I said before, you get a 450 and right out of the box, straight out of the showroom floor, it's a scary fast bike. But to take something that was made 40-something years ago or 30-something years ago and spend the time to dial it in and get it rideable and safe and go fast on it, it's a challenge, and that's what's neat about it, you know. So. Yeah.